Connect to the FM. Radio has never been better.
What is up?
Hey, how you doing?
This is the movie show.
On your favorite OSPS.
I'm Sash.
My name's Ryan.
And
Rocking it in December.
Recently, not so far back, we did a Matt Damon marathon. It was very interesting. We watched some very different movies.
Right.
Like Anyway, so we have moved on in life. But what we are doing today is we are going to be looking at Matt Damon's top 5 favorite films.
This guy keeps crawling back.
I know, right? He's just like not letting us go. So Rotten Tomatoes actually has this thing where it's pretty cool. You can go on and they've like done interviews with a whole lot of different celebrities, whether it be actors or directors or whatever, and they've asked them like their top favorite films, which is pretty interesting because like I think especially when it comes to actors and directors, these films will have a huge impact on the type of work that they create. So I think it's pretty interesting to see like what these top 5 favorite films are. We're doing Matt Damon today. I don't know if we're going to do more of them. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Maybe this is just like a one-hit wonder thing. But yeah, we're gonna be discussing Matt Damon's 5 favorite films. I think I've only watched one of them.
Me too.
Yeah, and I think it's the same one. But we'll get there. But before we do that, Ryan, I have a game. It's not really a game. It is a game.
Oh, no.
But it's not like a right or wrong answer game. It's more of like a, let's get to know Ryan. As we get to know Matt, let's first get to know Ryan before we get to know Matt.
I'm good at that.
There we go.
I'm good at those.
So I'm going to ask you like basically this or that, right? And then you have to pick one. You have to pick one. You can't say, I don't know. You can't do that.
Do I have to?
Yes, you have to.
Why?
Because I said so.
Can I phone a friend?
No, you can't phone a friend.
Why
It's your
not?
opinion. It's your personal preference, Ryan.
Yeah, my wife knows me pretty well. I'm sure if I give her a call.
No, you need to know yourself. Okay, are you ready?
Hey,
are you
honey,
ready?
Hey, honey.
Are you ready?
Would I do this or that?
No,
You
not
do?
would you do.
Are you sure?
Do you like this? Okay, just put the phone down. So basically, it's like if the universe had to like suddenly tell you, do you want Coke or Sprite or Coke or Pepsi, and you had to pick, and one of them would disappear and the other one would remain. That's basically.
Are you
what
saying
we do.
disappear forever?
Yeah, like ever.
Oh,
like if you had to choose. Okay, are you ready?
All right, let's go.
Number 1, Guy Ritchie or Quentin Tarantino?
Guy Ritchie. Okay.
Number 2, Christopher Nolan or damn it, I should have looked at how to pronounce this guy's surname again. Denis Villeneuve, the director of Dune.
Give me one of his films.
Dune, Arrival. You know that director?
Yeah.
Yeah, that director.
Christopher Nolan by far.
Okay, now Dune or Arrival?
That's because of Interception.
You mean Interstellar?
No, Inception.
Like,
that's Interstellar and Inception in one film coming up in 2024.
Okay, wait.
Not really.
Dune or Arrival?
Dune
or Arrival? The Arrival. Remember The Arrival? The aliens.
I loved The Arrival.
All right. Christian Bale or Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, come on. Christian
Bale.
No, I love you.
Oh, okay.
Leonardo, but that's just because of the amount of films.
Okay.
And yeah, Christian Bale has a very limited amount. No, I don't know. This is a hard one because they're both really good method actors. I'm going to go with Christian Bale because I love his accent.
Okay.
Yes.
Michael Bay films or the John Wick series?
Michael Bay, because Michael Bay he's the John Wick director. He's the John Wick director, not the director that directed John Wick.
But
he's the John Wick of directors. That's what I'm trying to say.
Nice. Romance films or horror films?
Yeah, sorry, hey, romance. I don't like horror films. I do not like them.
Okay, Maze Runner franchise or Hunger Games franchise?
Maze Runner. I like the Chinese dude.
Minu. I think his name was
Yes, that's
Minu.
what his name was.
I think.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I wonder if I should change this. But lastly, Tenet or Inception?
Oh, come on.
I was going to ask you, I was going to change it to Interstellar, but I think I went with the right combination. Inception. I agree with you on that one.
I nearly cried at the end. That's the only film I literally only cried.
Wow.
That end airport scene. You got to go watch that. Just that moment. Crazy stuff.
Wait, of Inception?
Yes.
airport scene.
Right at the end, they all walk out.
Yes, I
Like
just...
it, like,
yeah, no, I
like the
get
whole
you.
film
I
just
get
happened,
you.
but it didn't happen,
I get
and
you.
like the dude that was involved doesn't even know what just happened. It's like
That was Cillian Murphy, eh? The inception was on Cillian Murphy. If you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, no. But that's pretty good. Yeah,
there you go.
All right, back to Matt Damon's 5 favorite films. Number 1.
Number 1.
Ryan, do you want to tell us what number 1 was?
Okay, by the way, this is not in like any particular order.
Yeah.
These are just 5 films that he just threw out there. Like somebody asked him and he was like, one of the great films. So, The Godfather Part 2.
Specifically
1974.
Part 2. 1970. Do you know that this film is 3 hours and 22 minutes long?
Damn.
I was like, what? I thought they were only out here doing 3-hour films recently with like Endgame and stuff.
How much film is that?
Exactly.
That's a lot of film.
Right? So yeah, The Godfather Part 2 was made in 1974, people. 1974.
Yeah.
But it was 3 hours and 22 minutes long, and it was directed by Francis Ford Coppola, and it is a crime drama. But this is the interesting part. So take note. Who acted in this film? Robert De Niro.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, yeah. So I personally haven't yet watched the Godfather films, but I know that I should. But 3 hours and 22 minutes long, and it's like watching Lord of the Rings, man. It's like
Wait.
doing the Lord of the Rings franchise.
So when did we do the top films
Earlier
to watch?
on in this year, yeah. Often in, I think it was IMDb, Rolling. So all of them,
One of
I
those.
think The Godfather like always came up
That's
in
right.
top 10 films of all time. So
Yeah.
obviously you have Al Pacino. But it's pretty interesting that he says part 2 is specific. Like for me, I understand where he's coming from, because in the Batman trilogy, the second one, The Dark Knight Rises, that was my favorite film out of the 3, which is also very strange, because sometimes the second film in a franchise can do badly, especially in like a trilogy. But yeah, so
This is like the Bourne series, you know.
no, it's not.
Second one was really good.
Second one wasn't good.
I enjoyed it.
I didn't enjoy
Lots
the
of
second
action.
one.
Pa, pa, pa. Third one was better.
Third one was third and first and fifth.
Hmm.
I was like, okay. The second favorite film, secondly on Matt Damon's top 5 favorite films, is the film Goodfellas. Goodfellas came out in the year 1990. It is a Martin Scorsese film, crime drama as well. And guess who acts in it? Robert De Niro, right? I was like, I feel like Robert De Niro is definitely on like favorite actors list for Matt Damon. Yeah, but Goodfellas actually does look like a pretty good film. I was watching the trailer. The trailer was also very good, which surprised me because, like, you know how sometimes the trailers are like, especially of older films, it's very dramatic and stuff. Like this trailer was actually, like pretty solid. So just to give you an idea, I haven't watched Goodfellas. I don't think you've watched Goodfellas, right? So apparently, what Goodfellas is about, I think Henry is Robert De Niro. No, I'm lying. It's Robert De Niro plays a character named James. But Henry grows up idolizing mobsters in his impoverished neighborhood. Things take a turn for the worse when he, along with his friends Jimmy and Tommy, decide to make their way up the mob hierarchy.
Wow.
So it's also like a crime drama. And the trailer literally starts with like, all my life I've wanted to be a gangster.
Remember,
That's
I always
literally like
wanted
how
to
the
be a
trailer
gangster.
starts. So that was also pretty good.
When I say the word, when I say the name Robert De Niro, what accent comes to your mind?
The New York.
The New York Italian. Hey, boss. What you gonna do today, huh?
This is pretty interesting though, because both of these films are crime dramas.
Yeah.
And if I look at Matt Damon, okay, recently, I've actually seen this film a lot. I haven't watched it though, but there was a recent film that came out in 2021 called Stillwater, which was an American crime drama directed by Tom McCarthy that Matt Damon plays in. So I'm pretty happy for him because, you know, he got to do his crime drama role.
Must be his thing, huh?
I think The Departed may also have been The Departed was about a state officer working for The Departed actually looked interesting. It had Leonardo DiCaprio in it as well. And I think Matt Damon is a police officer and Leonardo DiCaprio works for a crime boss. So like the two of them somehow collide and yeah. But that is his second favorite film of all time.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
Another film that he put down, and it
Rings a bell.
it kind of rings a bell, but
It's possible. Came out in 1988, so...
Midnight Run.
Midnight Run. Guess who acts in it, Ryan? Guess.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
And
Again.
and this one's a comedy, by the way.
Action comedy, yeah. So this one at least wasn't the crime drama thing. This one actually also looked pretty good. I went and watched the trailers of each of these films, and this one also, this one does look funny as well. I think, let me go to the synopsis.
So actually, did you ever watch a film that you can, like, that you've watched so many times that you can literally, like, you can say the words as it's happening?
Sure.
I had that with The Lion King.
I think Lion King also would be on my list.
And apparently this was Matt Damon's Lion King.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, him and his buddies in college watched this movie so many times they could literally
Say it line for line. Yeah. When I was a kid, I was honestly obsessed with the Chronicles of Narnia movies, but when I grew up, there was only the first and the second one. Like the third one came out when I was much older, but the second one, I think I watched the second one like over and over and over and over. Yeah. It was one of those. So this film is about a bounty hunter who is tasked with finding and transporting a criminal for a hefty fee. However, to do so, he must get ahead of a rival bounty hunter, the FBI, and a dangerous mob boss.
Sure.
So it's one of those things where you're like trying to bring like someone in. But yeah, you've got the FBI, you've got another bounty hunter, and you have a mob boss coming after you. So I think Robert De Niro is the bounty hunter.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think Robert De Niro is the bounty hunter. Yeah, but this one, and you know, it also the comedy element of it is quite interesting, and you can see the comedy elements of it in the trailer.
Oh.
If you watch the trailer, yeah. So that one's
Hey,
pretty
Rotten
cool.
Tomatoes actually asks him, I take it from your choices so far. Big De Niro fan. And he says, yes, yeah.
Yeah, in good old Matt Damon style.
Yeah, I put 3 of his movies in there. I didn't do that on purpose. I'm a huge fan of his, though I love him a lot.
There you
though
go.
I love him a lot. Though I love him a lot.
Ah, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's definitely, Robert De Niro out here. Matt Damon's like, woo. Okay, next up on the list. I suppose you'd have to have a Steven Spielberg film on your list of 5 favorite films, right?
Of course.
And he put Jaws down, the 1975 action adventure thriller. There we go. Jaws, good old Jaws.
And guess who's not in the film?
Robert De Niro.
You see how I still included him there? Even though
I saw that. Yeah, there we go.
I guess at this point he kind of didn't. He was like, "Oh, I guess I have been mentioning a lot of De
Robert
Niro."
Let me think of something else. All right,
let me just
Steven
go left.
Spielberg.
Yeah.
Obviously, Matt Damon has worked with Steven Spielberg. He did Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool that he knows him personally, and then he puts Jaws. I think Jaws is I think it's a very iconic film.
Is this classified as a horror?
It's an adventure thriller.
Adventure.
Thriller. It's not a horror, it's a thriller.
Adventure.
The adventure of staying alive, you know.
I remember this movie gave me the fear of swimming in the sea.
I think this movie did that for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I personally haven't ever sat down and watched Jaws from start to finish, but I have seen. So I think I'd pick it up on either I know we're gonna need a bigger boat. Yeah, I know that line. I know the opening sequence. But I think I don't think Jaws would not be my favorite Steven Spielberg film. Is still Ready Player One.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Steven Spielberg
nice.
film. Yeah, and then talking about this is a very long way around, but in Ready Player One, they did The Shining. There was the whole they did the whole pop culture thing, and The Shining came up.
Yeah.
So the next Matt Damon film is actually a film that was directed by Stanley Kubrick, who is the director of The Shining. I don't know if you know that, but this film, I've never even heard of this film before.
It's even got a weird name.
It's got a very weird name. It's called the Doctor Strangelove, and then it's got another title, which is How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. But I think the shortened version is Doctor Strangelove. It's a 1964 war comedy, and the trailer is the weirdest thing, Ryan. Like, honestly, I watched the trailer and I was just like, this is so strange. Like, but it's so creative. But other films that Stanley Kubrick did was A Clockwork Orange. I have been wanting to watch A Clockwork Orange for like the longest time. I need to do it. Yeah, I need to do it. Because A Clockwork Orange, wasn't that one of the films that inspired Christopher Nolan? I'm sure it was.
I think this is the first time I'm hearing
No, Ryan, we've discussed the clock. I'm sure.
A Clockwork
A
Orange.
Clockwork Orange.
No.
And then also he did 2001 A Space Odyssey. That is Stanley Kubrick. I'm just trying to see what else he did. Obviously, it's all older films. I mean, he was making films in the 1960s.
That was his era,
yeah. So The Great Dictator, he did The Great Dictator. Crimson Tide. He also did The Dictator. Yeah. I feel like maybe we should do a Stanley Kubrick marathon. What do you think, Ryan?
I'll pull out my good old projector.
You have to watch film on film, you know? Like, because these were literally like film. Yeah.
Just don't pause the film. Burn a hole in it.
Yeah. But this Doctor Strangelove, the actors, I don't know if we're going to know anyone. Peter Sellers, James Earl Jones. Oh, James Earl Jones! You know who that is, right? It's the voice of Mufasa.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Sterling Hayden, I don't know who
right.
that is. Tracy Reed, don't know who that is. Yeah, no,
I think this could be very good, actually.
There you go, Lion King.
Because I feel like the older films are more solid.
Yeah.
There's just a
There is something about
and heaviness,
and even the old way of doing things. I was watching at some point the Corridor Digital, who they're a VFX company. They do these VFX artists react, and they were reacting to, like, obviously you have different. So back in the day when there was no green screen, where there were no computers, they had to figure out a way to like do basically what green screen does, but without a green screen. And like they were looking
in
at
camera.
Yeah, like in camera. It's basically in camera effects. But now what was crazy about this effect was that you could. It wasn't like, because how they did like the whole, most of the time you'd film one thing, then you would go and film the other thing, and then you would now put the two together.
Merge
and
them.
they had different methods of doing that. But there was actually a technique where you literally could look in the eye of the camera, and what you would see was all of that already done, which is absolutely crazy. But I was like watching it, and I was like, what's sad about the film industry is like, the art of all of these things have been lost in the digital age. I really do feel like the digital age, and yes, stuff has come out of it that's good, like the whole Mandalorian series and how they did that, like that the whole thing is crazy. But I really feel like, you know, this is like the good old stuff, you know, the gold.
That's what I'm saying.
Where we came from, how we got to where we are.
Good solid stuff.
Yeah. So I feel like we should do, in the new year, we should definitely look at doing a Stanley Kubrick marathon. Yeah.
But there's so many films, so we're gonna have to have a draw box.
We have to do A Clockwork Orange, and we have to do 2001: A Space Odyssey, though. And then Shame, I feel like we should do what's it called? Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, Matt Damon is like, guys, go watch that one. Those are three.
Maybe we'll start off with that one.
Or maybe we'll just look at like Stanley Kubrick's top films. Must I search what they are?
There you go.
But this is also people's opinion. So now, like,
What would he say?
2001: A Space Odyssey, The Shining. I don't really want to watch The Shining personally.
I'm not watching The Shining.
A Clockwork Orange, and then Eyes Wide Shut, Full Metal Jacket, and Doctor
That rings a
Strangelove.
bell.
Those are the top 5.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So yeah, those were met. Ryan, if you could quickly, off the top of your head, this is a very deep question though. Top 5 favorite films. Go. It's very difficult. It's very difficult.
Because I can see them in my head,
Yeah.
but okay, definitely Tenant.
All right.
Definitely Inception, which I said.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Star Wars, obviously.
Which one? Okay, we'll just leave it there. Star Wars.
All of them. All of them together. Where am I? 3. Number 4. Wow. Problem is that there's so many films. Probably one with yes, that dude. Names are very far from me, people.
I feel like it's also a very dramatic
Leonardo
question.
DiCaprio, probably one of his films that I'd like to do. Sure.
Yeah, no, I think I put you on the spot there. Hey, I
Yeah.
apologize, Ryan. You know, maybe next week we'll look at what are our top favorite films, 5 favorite films.
Yeah,
if we
that's-
could pick,
That's a great idea.
and I hate
Coming
that
up.
question, honestly. Actually, the question I hate the most is what is your favorite movie of all time? I'm just like, I cannot answer that.
There's no
I do
such
not
thing.
there is no such thing.
That's where you say pick a genre.
Yeah, there we go. But even there, it can be difficult.
It's all right.
I think I have a lot of like the I realize
Pirates
I
of
like
the
drama
Caribbean.
films. Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean would definitely be. But then there's also the whole like, do we go with a franchise or do we just like stick to one
No, we'll talk.
film?
We'll just stick.
I feel like the franchise is easy because you can get more films in there.
But then you can say, what is your favorite parts of the
Yeah, there we go.
Caribbean
There we go. You could do
movie.
that. Yeah. Anyway, this has been the movie show.
On your favorite RSPS?
Until next week,
Cheers.
peace.